it's almost time for the Winter Olympics. And I don't know how many people are aware of where the Winter Olympics are this year, but the Winter Olympics are in South Korea. And if you haven't been keeping up on current events, South Korea, or Korea in general, has very much been in the news lately. And if I was an NBC staffer, as this headline showed, I believe this was off from the New York Post, the Winter Olympics are going to be a very testy place. Pyeongchang, basically go to Seoul, head to the mountains. That's where Pyeongchang is. Probably about, I think someone told me, a couple of hours outside of Seoul, Korea. I don't think Little Rocket Man's going to be there with his binoculars checking out much in the way of skiing or anything else going on. And, it wouldn't be a mention these days, especially about Korea, without somebody worrying about that happening. And God willing, these Olympics will come off without a hitch. There'll be a hitch, though, for one specific country that was going to be involved in the Olympics. And kudos to the International Olympic Committee for doing this, for barring the Russian team from the 2018 Winter Games. If you haven't kept up with amateur athletics, especially on the doping side, Russia was not only accused, they doped their athletes. And that was a reality. It was proven fact. And the International Olympic Committee, the World Anti-Drug Association, everyone involved did a fantastic job of eliminating Russia from these Winter Olympics, because juicing is just not good. And in another Olympic note, UN Ambassador Nikki Haley actually threw a little bit into the fire here, at least a comment, when she said it was an open question as to whether or not the U.S. will participate in the Winter Olympics. This one took me back. It's been a while since we were not in an Olympics. It's been since the Moscow Olympics, when, we didn't go to Moscow and the Russians didn't come to the LA Olympics, sort of that tit for tat way back then. And that's something that there are athletes out there that have worked their butts off for 3 years. All they've wanted to do is to get back to an Olympics or to an Olympics. And, you better have a damn good reason if you're not going to have U.S. participation at the Winter Olympics. And that is not a good enough damn reason. Little Rocket Man and the potential for trouble. Yeah, is there potential? Yeah, there is. But you know what? That's what you got security for. That's what you should have a UN force, whoever has to be there to make sure these things come off without a hitch. And everybody shuts up and everybody stays off Twitter and everybody just relaxes and chills for a couple weeks and watches international athletes compete.